What's up, y'all? It's Reese, and in this video, I wanted to go ahead and announce that I am indeed hiring a new editor. Now, this does not mean that I'm firing the old one. If you don't know, Demburgered here has been editing for me part-time. That is still happening. But recently, I got monetized, even though it's paused right now. And because of that, I'm reinvesting into the channel. I'm not actually earning a ton or really anything from YouTube yet. Again, you know, because of this, I just moved also. So this is going to be all sorts of fun. I don't know how to check the mail at my new place. I should probably figure that out today. But either way, obviously, I've built something here, and I want to keep it going. So I am going to be hiring a couple new editors. Now, if you want to apply to be one of my editors, I'm going to ask you to watch to the end here, and then I'm going to show you guys how to apply. But first, I want to tell you guys what I'm expecting in the videos, because I want them to view very similar to the videos that I'm editing. This does not mean that it has to be exactly the same in every conceivable way, but there's a few notes that I'm going to go ahead and put on screen now that should help give you an idea of how I want my videos edited. First off, if you watch my videos a lot, you'll notice I do a ton of these zooms here. Let's start this video right here. You'll see that zoom here, a little zoom there, another zoom right here to the, okay, I'm hoping I'll zoom into the top screen. There we go. Anytime I point out something on my screen, especially something that's hard to see, something I'm reading, or anything that I'm like just pointing out in that moment, zoom into that screen. If I'm pointing out something that you can only see on the bottom screen, zoom into the bottom screen. If I'm pointing out like one of the buttons that I'm pressing in that moment, unless it's like performing an action on screen that's more necessary to like show, zoom in on the button. If I'm pointing out anything on the device itself, on the screen, or anything like that, do a zoom. This does not necessarily mean to do a zoom every 5 seconds, but you pretty much do want to do an edit every 5 to 10 seconds in my videos. Every 5 seconds or so, you're going to have a zoom or a cut or like a funny reaction image, you know, or you'll have like pictures of the game that I'm talking about, which I will end up sending you. Or, you know, you might want to just put some yourself in to give more context as to what this is. Don't be afraid to add in reaction images that make fun of me or the game. One of my pet peeves about Milo Murphy when they were editing for me is they wanted to make themselves look all weird and cutesy in the edits. This is my editor, Milo Murphy. She's actually editing this video now, while making me look just like weirdly from like point A to point B straight, like not talking, not joking at all, you know, almost like they had too much respect for me while editing, even though they wouldn't even submit a damn video on time. I want the opposite of this, right? Don't be afraid to make fun of me or the game here. Just make sure you submit your videos on time, you know, like that's really all I want. Someone who's sitting over here too afraid to make fun of me is someone who's not going to make for a very good editor, because I make fun of myself in the videos constantly. This does not mean to roast the absolute crap out of me and to cyberbully me, but I think on the web fishing video, this right here is a good example where it has that image that says too intelligent. I'll pause it in the editing, but like stuff like that, you know, little jabs like that, very clever, you know, that makes the video funny in like a normal way, not in like a weird cutesy Milo Murphy, you know, having the cat go meow, or this, my virginity is what your mom took. Oh my gosh. Like, what was that? Like, that's, no, don't do that. Show the comment on screen whenever I show who suggested that game, or the developer on screen if I send you that. So, what I'm talking about here is here in the Temple Run video. You'll see I put the image of the 3DS Homebrew God on screen whenever I referenced him. And here in the Toho video, I show the comments on screen that asked for the game. You'll need to do that. If it's a comment, I do want it like sliding in from the bottom and then like showing on screen for the duration of me reading the comment. If it's the developer, generally you can just throw it in there. Now, in my editing program, I use VideoPad Video Editor. I turn my vocals up to level 135 out of 400, which is like 135% audio level. To give you an idea of what that means, this is the background music I tend to use. If you were to just put on a normal amplify effect, it would ask you the gain percentage, and it would keep it at 100 automatically. This is just the standard decibel level. I put my vocals to about 135 here. And I put the background music, I don't use this amplify effect at all. I press this little sound button here and turn it down to 3%. And then I put it on a separate audio track. You'll need to know how to do that. Now, I don't know 100% how that would translate into Premiere Pro, which is a more popular editing program. If I had to guess, I would say increase my voice by like 4.5 decibels and decrease the background music by like 27 to 28 decibels. And then obviously bring up or down the vocals if it seems particularly loud or quiet in different sections. You want to have the audio of the video overall at around -6 here. I think I tend to speak at around -9 to -12, so turning it up just slightly tends to even it out at around -6. If we put this video, this is the last video that I've edited before this video, and we check the audio levels on this. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and check out Free Civ on my 3DS. We'll go ahead and open up that homebrew launcher here. Definitely evens out at around -6. There are definitely parts around -12, other parts around -3, and as you see later in the video, and that'd be pretty helpful, but otherwise, it does get a little bit louder, but it evens out at around -6. That's fair, and I can give him masonry to research. Okay. No more text. Select fine units. And with the background music, the video flows pretty well, even in the quieter sections. As long as you have the audio at around -6 decibels on average, you should be fine for audio leveling. I'm not too picky about this, unless it's like really obvious watching the video back. Also, I forgot to mention, I typically tend to loop this track right here that starts at around 16 minutes and ends at about 18 minutes or so. I usually put that on 3% and loop that the entire video. I'll send you this background music, by the way, until the end where I stretch out the rest of it, because the last song on here is a good like ending song. And then I fade out the last second and fade in the first second of background music, just like I fade out in the first second of the video. And at the end of the video, you either want to zoom into the game icon depending on what it is. So like for this, I think I zoomed in at the end here, yeah. And then on this video, either way, that, my friend, was Toho. See how I put the image of the game at the end there? You're going to want to do that as well. If you make sure to include all of these things within the video, you'll easily be able to get hired on the team as one of the editors. Now, I do want to say one more thing before I get into pay and whatnot and how to apply. The reason that I zoom so much in the videos, we'll go ahead and have a video playing in the background while I talk about this here, is because I only have one fixed camera angle. But especially if I zoom into the two different screens consistently, it kind of seems almost like I have separate camera angles, you know? Especially if I keep the gameplay on for longer periods of time in these areas. Now, of course, it's going to depend on the game and whatnot. You know, this game is very much me zooming in occasionally to the top screen. But some other games, like this one here, it's very much going to depend on what's going on in the game. And utilizing the multiple zooms is going to really help with the multiple camera angle look. That's kind of what I'm going for. You see how I zoomed into the bottom screen multiple times here because so much action was going on the bottom screen, and I did the occasional zoom in like, you know, one of the buttons and whatnot. That gives it the illusion of having multiple camera angles. That's why I like the zoom so much. I'd rather have more zooms than reaction images, but I also want you guys to have fun having a little bit of your own style. Some people are going to like reaction images more. Some people are going to like the zooms more. As long as you can submit to me a video that is good for viewer retention that I can watch all the way through and be entertained with, then we should be good. Also, I do want to say this, I am going to pay $20 a video, and the raw footage is going to be between 8 to 12 minutes, and I am going to want that edited down to 3 to 4 minutes, maybe longer depending on the video, in terms of how long the video actually ends up being, not in terms of raw video length. I'm going to try not to submit anything longer than 12 minutes. If I do, I'm going to ask if you're alright with it first. The reason for this is because on like an 8-minute video, it takes me about an hour to edit all the way through if I focus all the way through and my computer doesn't crash and doesn't give me issues. On a 12-minute video, that's closer to like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I plan on paying $20 per video, no matter what. So I'm hoping these numbers average out fairly for those interested. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I can afford to pay right now. I'm still paying it out of pocket. So just keep that in mind. Now, how do you apply to be an editor? In the comments of this video, I just want you to post your Discord username. You can make a new Discord for this, that's fine. Basically, just type this in the comments. Like, you know, if your username was Reese the Beast 420 or Reese the Best 420, you type this in. Now, I will say this. I will link your socials in the description of every video that you edit. If you do want to go ahead and send me your socials on top of this, this will increase your chances of getting hired because I do want to know the people a little bit that I'm hiring before I hire them because of the whole, well, you know, working with Milo Murphy thing. That wasn't smart. But I mean, you also have to realize I took a chance on Milo Murphy. I'll pretty much let anyone edit as long as you do a good job and submit consistent videos to me. And you're not like evil, you know. But I mean, hey, if you are, you know, there'll just be another fun exposed video for me. I think that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I am going to say one more thing. With the channel being monetized, it is still going to be a couple months before I actually receive my first paycheck. Again, because of the whole, you know, moving thing and AdSense sucking thing. But I am going to start a channel membership soon. It's going to be $1 a month, and I am going to have exclusive videos on it eventually. Maybe not at first. Maybe it will launch with some. I don't know. They're not going to be huge, big videos, though. They're going to be like long, unedited playthroughs of things that I enjoy, you know? Just a little extra something for people who want to support me. It's only going to be $1 a month, but it's something I'm going to start promoting in all the videos, because if all my subscribers donated $1 a month, I could make this my full-time job. I mean, that would be if taxes weren't an issue, but I will say this. By the time I get 2,000 people to subscribe to my $1 a month channel membership, I'd probably be earning enough from YouTube ads anyways at that point to go full-time. So it's pretty much true. I am going to start saying that in the videos. Also, if you're an adult with a full-time job, you're not going to notice $1 a month missing from your bank account, I promise. So just keep an eye out for that. If you guys want to join the channel membership soon, help support me, I'd really appreciate that. My dream is to make YouTube my full-time job, and I am going to do everything in my power to make that happen. Finally, I am going to be uploading more on the third channel, not just re-uploads from the old channel that wouldn't really fit Reese the Beast, but also I did have to remove some videos from Reese the Beast in order to get it monetized. There's also just some things that, you know, I've had between all three channels that's never going to be on this channel again. I'm going to start uploading more on here. I want to get this channel monetized before the new monetization requirements in February, so I'll probably be uploading closer to like once a week on this channel as well. But again, that's only going to be after I hire a couple new editors and get this workload off my back, because I am doing so much work right now. You guys have no idea, but it's worth it. My dreams are coming true, and I'm very happy to be and very grateful to be in this position. Thank you guys. Anyways, though, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like on it, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.